Nilfgaard versus Redania. In today's episode, we have two nations, two kingdoms, two kings, but at the end of this video, there would be only a king and a kingdom. Emhyr versus Radovid. We settled our first city, Nilfgaard, in the banks of the river Wagtail. We have dyes in our one-tile range and cinnamons, I suppose, just adjacent to our beautiful city of Nilfgaard. It didn't take so long till I figure out that there are so many fertile tiles of rice a few tiles away from my capital city. So I figured out that this would be the best place for our second city. So the path was clear. Just train a settler and send it to this place and settle the second freaking city. And it was at this time that I've just found out that Radovid, the Mad, was not that far from my capital and second city. And also I just discovered a Scoia'tael camp a few tiles away from my second city. So I had to consider that if I wanted to settle there. Our pantheon was here. I chose religious settlement for the free settler and faster border expansion, but the only thing that mattered for me was that free settler. And as soon as I got that free settler, I sent him to the promised land and I settled there with the escort of a warrior to defend us from the Scoia'tael riots. One of our scouts just discovered that Redania is also just kind of adjacent to our second city. It was terrifying at first, but it is what it is. We also settled our third city, the city of Duel, just south of the city of Nilfgaard, our capital city, and in the northwest of the city-state Gizo, I suppose. Our first governor was Mr. Magnus, because he was going to help us spam more settlers without losing any population. In our second city, the city of John Ruan, it was a perfect tile for a holy site. Not necessarily because Nilfgaard is a religious empire, but for the sake of the white flame, we had to have a religion. With our prophet coming to the town, we chose work ethic for our first belief so that we can convert that adjacency bonus of faith to something like production and enjoy that extra production in our cities. Even the Hanging Gardens was built by the Nilfgaardian Empire at this time. In order to spread the ideology of the white flame, I had to send settlers to the northern lands, and I did so by sending a settler to the northern lands. But it wasn't easy because a group of savage Scoia'tael riots were settled there. They had a camp and they were scaring the not noble citizens of the north. But in White Flame's ideology, we honor equality for everyone. It was time for our second governor, and it was no one but Mr. Moksha, the servant of the religion, the true servant of the White Flame. And we sent him to the most eastern city, the Barn Rowan. Our first missionary was sent to the northern lands, the northern city of Radovid of Redania. The Redanian had their own religion, the Eternal Fire, and as I tried to convert that city to my beautiful ideology, the game ended and we achieved the religious victory. Isn't it nice? The White Flame has just won the game, but it wasn't enough for me. I want to eat the whole empire. I wanted Redania to vanish, to disappear from the maps. So I sent much more missionaries to the east so they believe to the same God as we do. They had to obey the White Flame. Everything was fine. Everyone was happy. Our religion was getting much more advanced and completed each turn. Even the pyramids were being built. And this made the savages in the jungle unhappy. They did try to hit my empire. Because of our good deeds, the gods blessed us with a golden age in medieval era. Isn't it great? The Nilfgaardian Empire, the White Flame, is in charge of the world, the north. The wonders are being built. And finally, the capital city of Redania, Redania, has converted to our own belief. The beautiful religion of art, Finn, or as I want to call it, the White Flames ideology. But everything has its own cost. Scoia'tael was at my doorstep. They were attacking my western cities with powerful units, men-at-arms, archers, and even horsemen. Archers were converted into crossbowmen and it made it hard for us to defeat them. We had to pause our ambitions for a few turns and handle with the Scoia'tael. And it was at this time that Radovid declared war on us, and it was the first war. It was the World War, because the world does only have two empires, the Nilfgaard and Redania, because after all it's all a duel. What else you expected? Unfortunately, we had war in two frontiers. From the east side it was Radovid, and from the west it was the Scoia'tael, which were attacking me with their siege weapon and siege units, trebuchets and all those savagery stuff. But we managed to defeat the Scoia'tael, so we tried to send much more units to the eastern side, to the eastern frontier, and push to the city of Oxenfurt, since the Redanian had their own unique cavalry unit. And it was hard, boy. It was freaking hard. It was struggle after struggle. It was battle after battle. Everything was so messed up. We attacked, line infantry hit us, even musketmen were in our doorstep, and we only had crossbowmen because we were not that sophisticated, we were not that advanced. But we managed to deal with that, with spamming units. And we pushed and pushed and pushed into Oxenfurt. It was a very costly war. We lost a lot of good men. We destroyed all enemy units and sieged the city of Oxenfurt. And finally, the city of Oxenfurt fell and we captured it and attached it into our beautiful kingdom. Finally, Radovid requested peace. We had achieved what we wanted, so I accepted the deal. Now it was time for our kingdom to flourish. We had discovered oil in the northwestern part, so I sent a settler to settle there. We needed that oil to fuel our future empire. It was time for a golden age, the atomic era. We have stabilized our empire. We were ahead of Radovid in science and also culture, and everything was perfect. And suddenly Radovid thought that it was now or never. So he declared his second war. It was the World War II. He had more advanced units at first, but fortunately we've just discovered new technologies, new military technologies, and we upgraded our units. We even bought our first tank unit with faith. And it was at this time that Radovid found out that he was effed up. We had more modern militaristic units, we had more money, we had more faith, we had everything. So he requested for peace, but guess what? I refused it. And we discovered new missionaries afterwards, just after the refusal of the peace request. Isn't it perfect? We could even train airplanes, so I bought a few bombers, and it was unbelievable. We were bombarding the city of the Nizol. The Nilfgaardian Empire was rocking, and after that we captured the city of the Nizol, and it was easy, a piece of cake from then. We bombarded the city of Radovid, we captured it, and then it was time for the capital city of Tretega. We start bombarding Tretega with our advanced bombers. It was beautiful, unbelievable. The city of Tretega was being bombarded, and then it fell to our hand. It was attached to our empire. Now we can call it an empire. We have captured the capital city of Redania. The city of Tretega was attached to Nilfgaardian Empire. The city of Luton was bombarded until we captured that too. The next city in our strategic plan was the famous city of Blaviken. Can you believe it? I had something else for that specific city. The atom bomb on Blaviken. Can you freaking believe it? So I just nuked Blaviken into ashes, and then I just captured it. It was beautiful. No, it wasn't beautiful. Nuking is not beautiful. Nuking is never beautiful in this world, but in that world, it is beautiful. I nuked the city of Blaviken with all the witches, with all those eternal fire priests in it, and also all those witch hunters in it. Redania was actually on its knees. it had 2 other cities in an islandish land in the middle of the ocean. So I tried to bombard it again with my beautiful bombers. The city of Rind fell into our hands. And finally, the last city of the Redanian Empire, the city of Monte Calvo. It was bombarded like shit, and when it was done, we captured it, and it was the end of Redania, and it was the end of Radovid. The Redanian Empire fell, and from its ashes, the Nilfgaardian Empire rose and dominated the continent. I mean, it was a randomly generated map, but whatever. This was our first Duel series or episode. It was magnificent and beautiful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and maybe write a comment if you want. I would definitely appreciate it. See you in the next one.